Shoulders. Forward. Head down. Please be seated. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to our annual Memorial Day program. Looks like the weather isn't going to cooperate. We're worried about yesterday afternoon and even later on today I think we have a chance of rain. So I'm just happy we're going to get this in without getting completely wet. I want to say thank you to the Mount Horeb School District for always supporting Memorial Day and Veterans Day. It's a great program they put on every year. I'd like to thank the high school band for being here and also the firehouse minstrels for their participation in every year. At this time, we're going to start with American Field. time, I'd like to introduce Don Hartman, commander of the Mount Horeb VFW post. He will address the audience first.
We the people are here today to honor veterans for their service and sacrifice to our nation and community. We will especially remember and honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. I usually start all these speeches that I made at the high school and at the Veterans Memorial with these three words: we the people. They're very powerful words. They're the three words to begin the United States Constitution address. I then usually select a name from a veteran's favor at the memorial and expand upon that person's life and contributions to our history. And I'm going to be doing that again this afternoon, so I'm kind of going to take a different approach to this all today. Given what's happened recently in the school, I'm just going to divert the direction somewhat to something else that hopefully makes you just relax. It's something I read on the internet, and I did not write it. I just thought it might help to divert your thoughts. The title is 13 Truths That Hurt But Will Make You Feel Better. Number one, the people you surround yourself with will make you or break you. Number two, no one else can provide you with the best answers you require in order to be happy and successful. Number three, you cannot change yesterday, but you can ruin today by worrying about tomorrow. Be present and focus. Number four, the things we do right are not always the right things to do. Number five, being honest and direct may not make you the most prominent in the room, but will make you the most friends and contacts. Number six, the unhappiest folks are the ones who care the most about what everyone else thinks. Number seven, the draw of comfort is the biggest dream killer. In the end, you can be comfortable or courageous, but not both at once. Number eight, if achievement has no price, it would be of no value. Number nine, we make all choices, but in the end, our choices make us. Number 10, your dreams come true only when you make them come true. Number 11, winners win, not because they're allowed to, but because they decide to. Number 12, you are exactly where you are supposed to be at this very moment. Every experience and step is necessary. And number 13, in life, what you want and what you get are rarely congruent. As I promised, it was 13, but I'm going to add one more just because I read it and I thought it was a good end. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. So now everybody just close their eyes for a second, take a deep breath, and just live. I want you all to consider going to our beautiful Veterans Memorial this afternoon at 1:30 for a short honor ceremony. We'll be remembering 6 area veterans who passed away in the last year: Chuck Cobb, Ray Norris, Pete Struby, Harry McMahon, Dean Haig, and Glenn Stensby. Finally, I'd like to introduce the new commander of the VFW Post, 9511, Mary Skinner. She's right here. Could you stand up? She's a 1994 graduate of Mount Horeb High School. Over 20-year veteran of the Army, and she will be our first woman commander of the VFW.
Thank you, Don. Congratulations, Marnie, on your promotion. Wish you luck. No, she'll do fine. One little house cleaning tip here. After we're done, we are going to march to Union Cemetery, where we're going to lay a wreath, volume taps. For those veterans that cannot march with us, I do have a trailer out there so you can ride. So once we're done with that, let's assemble out there, and then we'll head over to Union. First off, I'd like all the veterans to please stand, even if you're not in the Legion of the VFW. Stay standing. I want all the people that know somebody or has lost someone in the service, please rise. Thank you for that. As you can see, most of the crowd is now standing, so that tells us that pretty much everybody in the auditorium today has known someone in the service that has passed away. Please take some time to remember them in the next day. Okay. Please be seated. They were brothers in arms, but also brothers bonded by sacrifice. Navy SEALs Nathan Gage Ingram and Christopher J. Chambers attempted to board an unflagged ship in the Arabian Sea that was carrying Iranian weapons to Yemen on January 11th. As they were leaving their boat, flying the contraband ship, waves reportedly widened the gap between the two vessels. Chambers plunged into the water. Ingram jumped in to save him, and they were never seen again. These dangers are inherent with military service, are especially so with the Navy Special Warfare operators, but they exist in every branch and in every military occupation. Today we honor the more than 1 million men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, while serving in wars and missions since the American Revolution. Each story is unique. Each story represents heartbreak to the family and families left to mourn. There was Private Herman L. Smith, who served with the Army's 135th Infantry Regiment, 34th Infantry Division. 80 years ago, his unit came under intense fire from German forces near Lavano, Italy. Severely outnumbered by the enemy, Private Smith tended to seriously wounded comrades, even as others withdrew. Smith emptied clip after clip of his M1 Grand rifle, killed at least 10 enemy soldiers before he was fatally shot. The 19-year-old from 6 Mile, South Carolina, was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. There was also Lieutenant Colonel Ann Ruth Graham, who served as an Army nurse, served in the Army Nurses Corps during World War II, the Korean War, and finally Vietnam. Even while she was assigned to the 91st Evac Hospital in Tu Hoa, that Graham succumbed to a stroke in 1968. She is one of 8 women whose names are in the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. Colonel William Rich Higgins was a Marine who served as the Chief Observer on the United Nations Peacekeeping Mission. On February 17, 1988, the Vietnam veteran was driving on a coastal road in southern Lebanon when his car was suddenly blocked by another vehicle, and he was taken hostage by a Hezbollah terrorist. He endured months of torture before his captors released a video of his hanging. He was declared dead by the U.S. government on July 6, 1990. He was survived by his wife Robin, daughter Christine. As proud Americans, we should all remember that freedom is not free. It is only possible because heroes from our own families and neighborhoods have paid a high price. It's that price which enables us to have ceremonies and observances like this in towns across our great country. The first Memorial Day was not called Memorial Day. It is believed to have been celebrated with a parade of free slaves and Union soldiers marching through Charleston, South Carolina in 1865. Waterloo, New York is considered the official birthplace of Memorial Day because after the town held observances on May 5th, 1866, General John Murray and General John A. Logan called on all communities to honor the war dead every year. Logan was impressed with how the South had honored Confederate soldiers for years. In 1868, Logan, who was the head of the prominent veterans group, Grand Army of the Republic, issued a proclamation that Decoration Day would be observed nationwide. The day it was chosen was May 30th, specifically because it was not on the anniversary of any battles. It was a day to honor the fallen veterans of all American wars. Even so, many communities did not want to observe Decoration Day because of the lingering resentments from the Civil War. The alternative name, Memorial Day, wasn't ceremonially used until World War II, a two-front fight against tyranny in which more than 400,000 American servicemen would die. Among those heroes, men were singled out by President Ronald Reagan as he stood at an outdoor lectern in Normandy, France on June 6, 1984. Quote, "Behind me is a memorial that symbolizes the Rangers' daggers that were thrust into the top of these cliffs," President Reagan said. "And before me are the men who put them there. These are the boys of Pontomac. These are the champions who helped free the continent. These are the heroes who helped end the war," unquote. Many of these men rest in graves in Normandy American Cemetery. Others found peace at Arlington or in their hometown burial places. And many more survived the war and raised their families for peace and freedom that they and their brothers and sisters in arms fought so hard to achieve. In the American Legion preamble, we pledge to preserve the memories and incidences of our association in all wars. We do this not to pat ourselves on the back or impress people with stories of our own military service. We know what we did, but we are witnesses. Veterans have seen heroism in its purest form. Veterans served alongside the brave men and women we remember today. One such witness was Lou Contra. On April 1st, 2024, Lou passed away at age 102. He was the last survivor of the USS Arizona. During Pearl Harbor observances in 2020, Lou said to the American Legion, quote, "We're not the heroes. The 1,777 men who went down with this ship are the heroes. You have to remember, we got to go home, get married, have children and grandchildren. We have led a good life. Those who did not should not be called heroes," unquote. Lou's sentiment was undoubtedly influenced by his own humility, for he did serve heroically through his 26-year Navy career. But his larger point must also be remembered. We are able to raise families, continue careers, live good lives because of the sacrifices made by young men and women who never came home. And just as a side note, Lou was born in a small town south of Hayward called Ojibwa, Wisconsin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but he was from Wisconsin. Ojibwa? Thank you. Please remember them. I'd like to now take a moment in silence to remember all our comrades, family members, who made the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you. May they all rest in peace. Thank you for being here, and God bless America.
next song we want to play for you is Armed Forces Salute. It's a tradition of ours. We play it at every Veterans Day, every Memorial Day. The Armed Forces Salute is every service song. They're all listed in your program, I believe, in the order they're played. You'll hear the Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, and Marines. If you are here as a veteran or represent a veteran from each of the branches, as you hear their service song, please stand up and let's do a round of applause for that branch and all the veterans that service song represents.
Band members, can please stand up, take another round of applause. please rise. Color guard, retrieve your colors. Present. Up. Retrieve the colors. Right, take. Forward, march. Order, arm. This concludes the inside part of our program. See you over at Union Cemetery. Thank you again for everyone attending today's program. Fall out.